like almost 8 o'clock in the morning and I'm up. I had to watch my granddaughter, well, my grandson, so my daughter could take my granddaughter to school. I'm getting ready to make him a bottle because he's 2, y'all, but he still likes to have a bottle of cereal in the morning. And he has a bottle of cereal at night before he goes to sleep. He loves this cereal. That Gerber cereal. He likes the oatmeal. He won't drink it unless there's a little bit of sugar in it. He likes to have it sweet. Not crazy sweet, but just, a little bit on the sweet side. But throughout the day, he eats regular cookies and stuff. He eats regular food, He eats Chinese food. He eats cabbage, rice, Spanish rice, all that type of stuff. Chicken, barbecue chicken, fried chicken, French fries. He eats everything. But first thing in the morning, he likes to have a bottle of cereal. And just before he goes to bed, he likes to have a bottle of cereal. So while my daughter is taking my granddaughter to school, I'm going to heat up his milk so I can make this cereal for him. Yeah, I don't know who did the dishes because I was in my room all day yesterday. I did not come out of the room. I came out to take a shower and to use the bathroom, but I didn't even eat yesterday because I didn't leave out of my room. I just didn't feel like eating. But whoever did the dishes, they don't never put the dishes back. I hate that. I hate coming in this kitchen and there's dishes piled up, whether they're clean or dirty. I don't like to have dishes piled up in my kitchen. It's like if they're clean and they're dry, put them away. Why leave them out? For what? Unless they're leaving them out for me to put them away. Which I think that's what it is, really. Oh, gosh. Tired. Bored and tired. This is the cereal he likes. Gerber oatmeal. Let me see. Is there another one down here? No. Okay. We have to keep him stocked with these because when they go out, he has a fit. You got to have his cereal. So usually, I'll make the cereal for him because by the time she comes back from taking her daughter to school, it's time for her to go to work. So she don't be having time to make his cereal. So I figure I'm up, why not? Help her out as much as I can with that. There you go. Okay, there you go. And he don't like it too thick, but he doesn't like it, he doesn't like it real watery either. So you have to have just enough. If it's too thick, he won't drink it. And if it's not thick enough, he won't drink it. So you gotta get it just right. He's really picky. Anyway, y'all, I was gonna fix up the kitchen and the rest of the house for Christmas, and I wasn't feeling it anymore. I just didn't feel like it anymore. I had stuff in my shopping cart on Amazon, and I was ready to purchase it, and then out of nowhere I just wasn't in the Christmas spirit anymore. Yeah, I truly believe that the reason for my lack of the Christmas spirit is because I'm not where I want to be right now. Like, I want to be in a house, and because I'm not in my house yet, it's just been putting like a damper on my spirits. And I know it's really nothing that can be done until we find what's perfect for us. But it's just so freaking frustrating to not have what you want, you know? I'm tired of being, although I thank God for a roof over my head, you know, because there's a lot of people in this world that are sleeping in the streets right now. There's a lot of people that are sleeping in abandoned buildings. There's a lot of people right now that are sleeping on sidewalks and, you know, inside of a tent. And I'm in an apartment and I'm sheltered. I have food, clothing. I'm sheltered away from the cold, and so is my family. And I'm thankful for that. So don't think that I'm not grateful for what I have. But it's just that we've been looking for so long for a house. And it's just, sometimes it can be very discouraging. There's been times where, my husband will say to me, babe, have you been looking, fresh string beans. You know, he'll call me from work sometime and he's like, babe, have you been looking, for houses and stuff? And, sometimes I'll say, yeah, I've been looking. And then sometimes I'll just tell him, no, I'm not looking. And he'll be like, why? And I'll just tell him, like, I'm so tired. I'm so tired of it. I'm tired of being disappointed. I'm tired of not finding anything. It could be really draining. The process of looking for a house, finding the perfect house. They said location, 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 and they ain't lying about that, because we got to try to find the right house in the right area, in the right neighborhood, in the right distance for the right price. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot. And it could, there's, some people that have looked for years for a house, for the perfect house. And I don't mean like the perfect house, like it has to look like a mansion. I mean the perfect house for my family. What we're looking for. We have to have the room, the space. We have to have, like I said, the location, the neighborhood, the area. I want it to be a diverse area. I don't want no prejudice stuff going on, and I know a lot of times you can be in a prejudiced neighborhood and people just don't show their colors. They smile in your face and don't show their true intentions. But I still would like to be as diverse as possible if I can find that. And majority of the time, if you look in a neighborhood that has a lot of mixed races, then more than likely it's diverse. Because racist people don't want to live in a neighborhood with any other race but their own. So if you go to a neighborhood and there's a mix of people, then more than likely it's diverse, you know. But like I said, it's hard. It's very discouraging trying to find, you know, looking for a house is very time consuming. It's very emotional. It can be emotional. It's very stressful. And sometimes, I'm not saying everybody feels this way, but I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people out here that feels like sometimes they just want to give up because it gets overwhelming, and you just, and even if you don't give up, sometimes you need to take a break from it. You need to just step back from it for a little while and just catch your breath and do a woosah, just so you don't lose your mind and start going off on everybody, you know. But I just haven't been in the Christmas spirit, and I don't like that, because I'm usually, me and my husband, we're usually in the Christmas spirit around this time. We're usually outside, shopping around, you know, looking for what to get the grandkids, looking for what to get the kids. And we haven't been doing any of that. We haven't, you know, usually we'll go to this area where, you know, they have, like every block is decorated, you know, the houses are decorated. And we usually go every year. And I have not been in the mood to even do that. And that's one of the many things I like doing around Christmas time. I like to go see the houses lit up, you know, the different decorations and stuff like that. And I like to see what people come up with as far as ideas on the lights and stuff. A lot of people are very unique with their designs when they decorate in their house, and I love to see it. But this year, I have not been in the mood. I really have not, and I don't like that. And I honestly believe a lot of it has to do with the fact that I'm not where I want to be right now. You know, I want to be in a house and I'm not there yet. And I think it's just, it got me feeling away. And I know it's nothing that can be done, you know, because we just haven't found the perfect house. Like I said, it has to be the right house for the right price in the right neighborhood, in the right area, in the right surroundings, with the right schools. It has to be near, you know, major, you know, like hospitals and fire departments. It has to be near transportation. There's so many things, you know, when you're looking for a house, there's so many things that you got to look for. You know, you can't just say, "Ooh, I like this house, I want to get that," because it could be way out in the boondocks somewhere, you know. And then how you getting around? I have to know that there's transportation to where if I can't drive, I can take mass transit to where I need to go. I need to know that there's a hospital nearby in case I get sick or one of the kids gets sick. I need to know that there's a fire department just in case there's a fire breakout. You know, they could get to us soon before the house burns down or what have you. So, and then I don't want to be on a block. The block is nice, but as soon as you turn the corner, it's ghetto. Or as soon as you go two or three blocks down, it's poverty. You know, I don't want to live. The block has to be nice. When I leave from off my block and I walk around the corner, it has to be nice. When I go a few blocks down, or maybe even a half a mile down, it's still a nice neighborhood. It's still a nice area. It's still a nice block. And that could be really hard to come by, depending on what you're looking for. And a lot of times you can find that, but the house might not have enough bedrooms. I need at least 4 bedrooms. Honestly, I need 5, but I'll take 4 with an office because we can always turn the office into a bedroom. So I'll take a 4-bedroom with an office. You know what I'm saying? But it has to be enough bedroom to where everybody's comfortable. You know, sometimes it's hard. Anyway, I don't know. I asked my husband last night, and, you know, I asked him about how he feels about Christmas this year. And he said he's all right. He said he hasn't been, you know, in the Christmas spirit like he usually is. You know, I mean, he said, you know, the Christmas spirit is there, but it's just not the way it usually is. And I told him, yeah, I've been feeling that same way. And I hate that because Christmas is my favorite time of year, honestly. I love waking up on Christmas. I love getting the watching the kids' faces. Even with, you know, them being grown, I still like to see their faces when they get something from me or their father and they're happy about what they receive. I still like to see that look on their face. And but I don't know, this year just it ain't doing it. I'm not getting that feeling. These are so sweet, y'all. Oh my gosh. They're sweet and they cold because I had them in the refrigerator. And they're filled with a lot of juice. They're real tight, real crunchy, and sweet as all get out. So anyway, I'm making fresh string beans with carrots. Where's the carrots? Baby carrots. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut them in half to make more and put them in with the string beans. I'm going to season them up. My husband and my daughter, well, I'm just going to say my family, they like a little sweetness to their string beans. So I will be adding a little bit of sugar to them, not a lot, just to have a tiny little bit of sweetness to it. And I'm going to season them up real good. I wish I had some turkey necks or some neck bones to put in them, but I don't. To give it that extra flavor, but I don't have that. And I'm not about to break my neck to go get it. So, even though my supermarket is directly across the street. But right now, it is pouring, raining outside. And when I said pouring, it is pouring. I'm not about to step out of this house and fight that rain. And I'm not even sure that we have umbrellas in here. I'm not about to fight that rain for some neck bones. I'm not gonna do it. I'm tearing these up. I'm definitely gonna need some water. I'll make some Kool-Aid. Should I make tea? No, I'm gonna make some tea. I'm gonna make some tea. Make some iced tea instead. Look there. Yeah, I was watching some YouTube videos yesterday, and it's this girl that I watch. Well, I don't watch her channel, but I always go to the reactors, and I watch the video clips that they take of her videos, and I watch that because I don't want to watch her videos on her channel because I don't promote what she got going on because she's a whole mess. But her name is Liv. Her channel is called Liv's Life or Life Lives, something like that, one of those. And I'm watching her videos through reactors, and she's been locked up for non-payment of child support. And it's messed up, but I think it's karma because she's always saying how her ex-husband is a deadbeat and he doesn't do anything for the kids and stuff like that, but she has 3 kids with her ex-husband and the kids live with him. So she was ordered by the courts to pay child support. And it's been 5 years since her husband got custody of their kids, their 3 kids. And she has not paid, she's not made any payments to child support. Now, when she had the kids, her ex-husband, he put himself on child support. And he was paying child support in 2 different states. He was paying it in Florida and he was paying it in Texas. He was giving her $700, or he offered her $700 a month. She refused because she wanted more. So because she wanted more money than that, he went to court. And she wound up not getting anything. Now, how he got custody of the kids is, she's one of these type of women that if it don't fit her agenda, then she's not going to do it. So now, I'm assuming she hated getting up in the morning, taking her kids to school. So, for 3 months, her kids missed school. They missed school for 3 whole months. And the school wound up getting in touch with the father to let him know what's been going on. And on top of them not going to school for 3 months, the oldest daughter, she was failing in her classes. She couldn't really read. And so the husband, he had all this information from the school about the kids is failing in school, how they come to school looking with their hair not combed and stuff. And that's another thing. She didn't know how to do her daughter's hair, her oldest daughter's hair. So instead of trying to learn or watching some YouTube videos on how to do a little black girl's hair, she cut her hair off to avoid having to do it. So she was doing a lot of crazy stuff. I mean, the biggest thing to me was not sending her kids to school. Oh, and she doesn't take her kids to get vaccinated. They don't go to the doctor. They don't get vaccinated. They stay sick. Now, so with all of this going on, her ex-husband took her to court because he had all this evidence piled up. Not to mention the fact that she had this guy living with her that she found, she met him on a website, but he lived in a halfway house. She had only known him a few days and moved him in her house around her kids. Mind you, he was a sex offender. Well, not a child sex offender. And she moved him in her house around her kids. And when her husband found all this out, he took her to court. And they gave her a test because the husband said that she does coke, which she does. She admitted that she do coke. But when she found out that the courts was gonna give her a drug test, she cut all her hair off, figuring that they wouldn't be able to get a hair sample for her. But they still was able to do it. The test came back inconclusive. So they wanted her to take another one, and she refused. So the courts, I'm assuming, they assumed that the reason why she didn't want to take another test is because she knew it was going to come out dirty. So, with all the evidence that she had piled up against her, mind you, she do live YouTube videos, right? So she's saying stuff. She's showing how she talks to her kids, saying sexual stuff about how she loves D, and she just wanted a guy to come over there and put it on her. She's saying these things around her kids. And she had, at the time, she had 2 daughters that was old enough to understand. And she's saying, she's just doing the most, but she kept saying, I'm a great mother. She has a lot of supporters that support her in her bullcrap, and all they're doing is enabling her to be even a worse mother than she already is. So anyway, after 5 years of not paying child support to her husband now, mind you, she's still in love with her husband. All she talks about, mind you, she's got 4 baby daddies, different baby daddies, because after her 3 with her ex-husband, she had 2 more kids. And now she's pregnant. She's actually pregnant right now. Now, her youngest daughter is like, she'll be 2, right? Now, the youngest daughter father, she just had over her house in September. But she was also in Florida like a few weeks before that, and she had sex with somebody else and got pregnant by that person, had an abortion, and then started sleeping with her youngest baby daughter, her youngest daughter's father, like maybe about a week after she had an abortion. After she got better, she started having sex with her last daughter's father. She told him, when she got pregnant, she told him that it was his. And then she found out, because of how far off she is, she found out it wasn't his baby. It was the guy that she was with before him. It's a lot of her sleeping around with these men right behind each other. So he cursed her out, and he told everybody she's a slut and this, that, and the third, and she sleeps around with a lot of men. And she admitted, she said she likes D, and she does not apologize for liking D. And she said she'll never apologize for liking D or being sexual, because that's who she is, and she's not going to apologize for it. And if a man can't handle her sexually in the bedroom, then she moves on to the next, and she's not going to apologize for that. But anyway, so she's been mocking the courts, talking about the judge can't make her give her ex-husband nothing. Now, the thing is, with all of the men that she sleeps around with, the one man that she's still in love with till this day is her ex-husband. And she can't get over the fact that he remarried, and she calls his wife the evil stepmother. Mind you, the girl is a nice girl. From what we see, she's a nice woman. She treats this woman's kids like they're her own. The kids are over there striving. They're in sports and cheerleading and stuff like that. They give them birthday parties. They take them places. They look nice and clean all the time. Their hair is always done. Or he has a son with her. She has they keep him at the barbershop. And to be honest, I think she's jealous that this woman is doing a better job of mothering her kids than she ever did. And I think that's the reason why she hates the woman so much, because she's doing the job. The other woman is doing the job that she's supposed to be doing. But she could have did the job, but she chose not to. Her main concern in life is sex. What man she's going to sleep with this week, and So I've been watching her, and she's been marking the courts, talking about the judge can't make her pay no child support. She don't care what the judge say. She don't care what the courts say. She'd rather go to jail than to pay her ex-husband anything. She's not paying him no money, so him and his wife can go on. They use her money to go on vacations and stuff like that. This, that, and the third. So I think that somebody videoed her and sent all of these things that she's been saying. She's been laughing at her husband. She's been calling him out of his name. She's been calling his wife out of her name. She's been talking about his wife to the kids, just that, and telling them that she's evil and they don't have to listen to her and all this stuff. Mind you, they live with them. And she's telling her kids, y'all don't have to listen to her, and she's evil and this, that, and she knows that her kids love her, so she badmouths this woman to her kids so they can dislike her. But anyway, all of these things I honestly believe was sent to the judge, and I think he just got tired of her thinking that the courts was a joke. And they can't. Now listen, they've been to court several times. They kept giving her chance after chance after chance after chance to get a job. They kept extending her time so she can get a job, so she can pay her overdue payments. She's $60,000 behind in child support payments. But the courts kept giving her chance after chance after chance. And you know what she kept saying? I'm not doing excuse my language, she's saying, I'm not doing a fuck thing. I'm not doing nothing. I'm going to do what I've been doing, and da-da-da-da-da. Mind you, she gets paid through YouTube. She's monetized on YouTube, and she gets paid. But she's been telling the courts that she's not monetized. She don't get money. But mind you, she has a whole 3-bedroom apartment, and she lives by herself. And who's helping? Who's paying her rent? Who's paying her lights? She has a car. Who's paying her insurance? Who's putting gas in her car? So she's getting money from somewhere. So the courts just got tired. They just got fed up with it. They seen that she was not going to comply with what they said. They see that she think that they are a joke, and they had to prove to her that they were serious. So on the 17th, which was, 2 days ago, she was locked up. And she lives in Texas. She was locked up in Tarrant? Was it Tarrant County Jail or whatever? And y'all, I was cracking up. Now, I don't wish jail on nobody unless they really deserve to be there. Because, I'm not going to sit there and say I don't wish jail on nobody, because there's some sex offenders out here. There's some child rapists. There's murderers that really need to be there. But I'm saying, she's pregnant. I think she's 11 weeks pregnant with somebody else's child. And everybody is assuming that she got pregnant to avoid going to jail, because she kept saying, I don't think the judge would throw a pregnant woman in jail. And I'm saying to myself, you know how many women right now are in jail that's pregnant? They don't care about that. You keep your baby with you for that first year, and then somebody in your family has to come get that baby. They allow the baby to live with you for the first year of their life, because they know that's a crucial time where the child really needs the mother. But after that year, you have to find somewhere for your child to go. But she thought that by her being pregnant, the judge would feel bad and decide to not put her in jail. Because she kept saying, because her subscribers kept asking her, do you think they're going to lock you up? Do you really think you're going to do time? And she was like, girl, no. They're not going to lock me up. I'm not going nowhere. I'm not going nowhere. She just kept playing with the system, and they showed her. They picked her up. Got her mugshot and everything, and everybody was clowning her because of her mugshot. And it's just a mess. Mind you, just before she got locked up, she was telling everybody on YouTube that she's get ready to go have an abortion. She said she's not keeping the baby. She decided she don't want to keep the baby because she want to go get her body done. That's what she said. She said, I want to get my body done, girl. I want to come out here looking fine, y'all, so I can find me a real man. So, and mind you, she said that she saw the baby's heartbeat. And a lot of people asked her, how can you sit there and see your baby's heartbeat and still go and have an abortion? She was like, girl, fuck that. I'm not worried about that. I'm trying to get my body done. I'm trying to live my best life. I already got my 2 babies, my youngest kids that I need to focus on. And everybody was, I was just like, yo, I don't care what she say. The first statement she made is what she's worried about, getting her body done. So she done heard her baby heartbeat, and she could care less because she wants to get her body done. And she was like, yeah, I know I can wait until after the baby born and get my body done, but fuck that. I want my body done now. I want to look like this, that, and the third. I was like, wow. I couldn't believe this was coming out of her mouth. But it was. And now, but, you know, she lives in Texas. And they don't, it's against the law to have an abortion. The only way, because she called, I forgot, she called somewhere, and she asked, no, she went to the clinic. That's when she found out how far off she was. And she asked the lady, is abortion banned in Texas? And the nurse told her yes. She said the only way you can have an abortion is if it's medically necessary, meaning if the pregnancy is going to be harmful to the mother, like if the mother could lose her life having the baby or something like that, then they will perform an abortion. But it has to be a situation where the mother's life is in danger by carrying on the baby. And she was like, really? And she was like, yes. She said, other than that, if you have an abortion, you will be locked up because it's against the law. It's a crime to abort, especially after a certain. And she told her once the baby has a heartbeat, it's considered a life and can't have an abortion. That's my son. So now she was trying to go out of state. Once she found out she couldn't have an abortion here. Once she found out she couldn't have an abortion in Texas where she lived, she was going to go out of state and have an abortion because she told everybody on YouTube, because she did a live video. She told everybody on YouTube. Come on. She told everybody on YouTube. Huh?
You recording?
Yeah, but it's okay.
Pause it.
Anyway, y'all, I forgot where I was at. But either way, she played around with the system. She thought she was bigger than the program. And she fucked around and found out. So now, she's in jail. She got to do 180 days, but she's more than likely going to only do half of that. 180 days come up to 6 months. She's only going to have to do half of that, or maybe a little less than half, probably 2.5 months maybe. But it's the fact that she's going to miss Christmas with her kids, because she has, as I told you, she has 5 kids right now. She got 3 kids with her husband, with her ex-husband, and then she got 2 baby daddies with the last 2. And then she's pregnant with her 6th child right now. So she's gonna miss Christmas with all 5 of her kids. And her youngest daughter, who will be 2 next week, she's gonna miss her daughter's birthday. She'll be 2 next week. She's going to miss her daughter's birthday. And she might make her son's birthday because his birthday is in March. So she probably will be here for that. But she's going to miss Christmas with them. She's going to miss her daughter's 2nd birthday. And she's going to miss New Year's with them. All because, I'm telling y'all, this whole thing has nothing to do with anything but she felt like she did not want to give her ex-husband and his wife any money, because she felt like, you know, I'm not giving them nothing. They're not going to take my money and be, you know, living good off of it. And it's like, you know, you looking at it wrong. Your kids live with your ex-husband and his wife. If the roles were reversed, when the kids was living with her, she told him, you're going to pay me child support. You're going to pay me child support. She didn't have a problem with child support when the money was coming to her. But once things was turned around and now the kids live with him, she's saying, I'm not giving him nothing. He's not getting anything. Yeah, I want to see how he going to get it, because I'm not giving him nothing. All right, well, you messed around and found out. She went 5 years, and she went strong, too. She said she wasn't giving him nothing, and she meant that, because for 5 years, she wasn't giving him nothing. But the courts gave her opportunities after opportunities to get her stuff together. They kept giving her chances. They kept telling her, you know, you got to go get a job. They kept telling her. She thought they was joking, and they showed her. So now she's locked up. She's 11 weeks pregnant. She's going to miss her kids' Christmas. She's going to miss her daughter's birthday. She's going to miss New Year's. All of this because she didn't want her ex-husband to have the satisfaction of having her money. She just couldn't get over the fact that, you know, they was going to be giving her money. But it's like, they take care of the kids 24/7. They're buying all the kids' clothes and, you know, taking the kids on trips, and they're paying for all the birthday parties. Mind you, every time they gave the kids a birthday party, she never showed up for the birthday parties. She never shows up when her youngest son, his name is Christian. He has games because he plays football. He's 10? She's never came to any of his games. Her youngest daughter with her ex-husband, she's in the cheerleading. Anytime she had performances and stuff like that, she never showed up for any of that stuff. And when people called her on it, she made an excuse. Listen, I don't have to go. My kids will understand why I didn't go. No, why didn't you go? You're home doing nothing. You don't have a job. You don't have a job. You have no reason to not go to their games. And they're looking out in the crowd looking for their mother. And you're home doing nothing. Because she doesn't work. All she do is sit on the computer and do YouTube all day long. So she had no reason not to show up. But she's a horrible mother. I'm telling you, she's a horrible. She should never be able to have children. But she was gonna abort this last baby. She was looking forward to it. And for the life of me, I don't understand how any woman can hear their baby heartbeat and still go through with it. She was like, later for that. I don't care about that. I want to get my body done. So now she's locked up. By the time she come out, even if she went to another state, she wouldn't be able to have an abortion. She'll be too far gone. So I think this is karma for her. Because she wanted to get rid of her baby so she can get her body done. And God said, are we going to fix that? You think you're going to get rid of this child so you can go get your body done? So I'm going to make it impossible for you to get it done. So now, she can't get it done. When she come out, she's going to be, I think, a week away from being 4 months. And she already found out that even if she goes to another state, even if they approve abortion in another state, they still won't do it after a certain amount of time. If you, which was explained to her that any state she go to, once the baby develops a heartbeat, they will not do an abortion. Now, some states will do an abortion, but it has to be very early in your pregnancy, like the first month, maybe 2 months, maybe, but it can't have a heartbeat. Once the child has a heartbeat, they will not perform an abortion. Because remember, they passed that law about abortion, and the only way you can have an abortion, even if you was raped, you cannot have an abortion. The only way you can have an abortion is if there would be a life or death situation to where the pregnancy can ultimately wind up killing the mother. That's the only way they'll do it. So she's screwed. And by the time she comes out of jail, she'll be showing, probably, more than likely. She'll start the show. But anyway, I've been watching this girl, this train wreck, and it's sad. It's really sad because she's out here, and then she's blaming the man for getting her pregnant. She said it's his fault that she's pregnant because I think she said he was trying to get her pregnant. But I'm saying to myself, like, isn't it also your responsibility to make sure you don't get pregnant? Why would you leave that responsibility to the man? Because this is, after all, this is your body, and you would be the one pregnant. So why would you leave something as important as that? Why would you leave that up to the man to make sure? The man goes, he don't care, because once he get what he want, he can walk away and be done with you. He don't have to stay in a relationship with you. You're supposed to make sure that you're good. You're supposed to make sure that you take all the precautions to make sure that you don't wind up having another baby if that's not what you have planned for the rest of your life. If you're not trying to have any more kids, then why would you not use condoms? And even so, let's just throw the whole pregnancy thing away. What about diseases? You don't know these men. You are she's meeting these men on websites, like dating websites. And she's meeting them and she's bringing them into her home after only knowing them like a day or two. And they're spending the night and they're sleeping in her house. And she's saying that he's so pretty and he's so this and that. One man she let in her house and she let him spank her son. And when people was saying stuff to her, how you let some random man spank your son? And she was like, so what? If he's acting up and I have a man here that can get my son together, why not? And who's going to do anything about it? That's my son. And if he needs to be disciplined and I have a man here that can do that for me, then I'm going to let him and nobody's going to say anything about it. So you just got random men coming in here, putting their hands on your child, and you don't have a problem with it. You don't see nothing wrong with that. Anyway, y'all would have to go to her channel, Liv's Life. Y'all would have to see how she talks and how she acts and stuff she says. She curses out her subscribers. Like, she'll tell you she love you. I love y'all so much, but that's only if you agree with her. Even if you've been a loyal subscriber to her for years and years and years and years, if you go against her one time and tell her, I don't think you should do that, Liv, you could say it in the most sincere voice, not criticizing or not like getting on her, but just letting her know, like, this doesn't look right, she will curse you out. Fuck you, bitch. You don't follow me no more. I don't give a fuck. And yeah, you're not loyal to me because, only time she likes you is if you are loyal to her. If you disagree with anything she say, she curses you out. She calls you bitches, this, that, and the third. And I don't understand how she has any followers, honestly. I really don't. There's people that was actually getting money. They went and tried to start a GoFundMe to bail her out, but she don't have a bail. The judge did not give her a bail because he wanted her to do her time, because she kept playing with the courts, talking crap. And I'm pretty sure the lawyers got together and they gathered up as much information about her YouTube videos and all of that, all the lies and all this and that, and they sent it to the judge. And I think he just felt like, you know what? I'm not giving her a bond, because then if I give her a bond, somebody's going to bond her out. She's going to go home and she's going to talk junk and think that we're playing with her. So we're not going to give her a bond. She's going to do her 180 days, and she's going to see that we can't be played with. And I hope, honestly, I hope she's in there crying. I hope she's in there scared. I don't hope that she gets harmed as far as like knives or whatever. But I do hope somebody rough her up a little bit, because she does a lot of threatening people online. She does a lot of, she'll do this to you, she'll do that to you. She does a lot of inviting people over her house. Yeah, come over here. I want you to come over here. I want you to come to my house. She taunts people, and she does a lot. So she really needs to be touched. Somebody needs to shut her mouth. But anyway, that's what I got going on today. I just was watching her, and I was just like, man, your time gonna come and you gonna know something. And her time came, and now she's sitting up in jail, and she's gonna miss out on her daughter's second birthday. She's gonna miss out on Christmas with her kids. She's gonna miss out on New Year's coming in with her kids. And her mother lives in California, and her mother had to come to Texas to get her kids, or they would have went to foster care. It's a sad thing. And the only thing that's really, really messed up about this whole thing is that her mother condones her behavior. She condones it. And she runs over her mother. Her mother's a white woman. Her father's black and her mother's white. And she runs over her mother. Her mother sometimes acts like she's scared of her. But she runs over her mother. Her mother condones all her bad behavior. But anyway, I'm going to come back in a little bit. I'm going to turn the TV on, sit back for a little bit, and watch a little bit of TV. And then I'm going to hit y'all back in a little while. All right, peace.